Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today we are making an easy version of Mexican tamales. This is gonna be a chicken and cheese tamal, but it's still gonna have the red sauce that I put on my pork tamales, okay? So it's gonna taste super authentic, it's super delicious, and I feel like it's super easy. You can use a rotisserie chicken for this, you can use leftover chicken, you can use chicken thighs. I feel like chicken thighs are always a little juicier and like the texture just feels a little nicer, but you can totally use chicken breast for this as well, okay? So it's just personal preference, whatever you typically use when it comes to chicken, you can use that for this recipe as well. But I did have a rotisserie chicken, and that's where this entire idea came about, because I'm like, okay, I have some rotisserie chicken. It was just from yesterday's leftovers, and I was like, I'm gonna make tamales with it, because I did make a beef version of my pork tamales. And so I'm like, we're going to use that sauce and make something out of it. So I feel like this is a great idea. I feel like it's gonna be like cheesy. Just think of like a chicken and cheese tamal with the sauce. It's just, I'm feeling it. I'm like, we're going with it. So I have everything laid out. We have our corn husks. You already know these corn husks, you could get them at a Mexican store. You can get them like at a Northgate, at a El Super Cardenas, like any of those. You might even be able to get it on Amazon. If they do have them on Amazon, then the link will be there for you. So we're gonna move over to the stove. I will show you the chilies that we're using, but don't worry, because the recipe will be in the description, and then I will have links to them so you can grab them either on Amazon or you can go to your local store and pick them up. These are chilies that are used in a lot of Mexican recipes, so it's not gonna be difficult to find. Guys, these right here have been such a lifesaver now that I have the cans. And this is the one from Element. It's the watermelon salt. And it has everything, exactly what our body needs for the day. So it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, which is exactly what our body needs for the day. So not only to replenish all of our electrolytes, but also for hormonal regulation for both men and women. I feel like that's something that we miss when we are thinking about electrolytes. We're just kind of like, oh, it's just like to keep us hydrated, which it is, and that's super important. But it's also great for your hormones, which is super, super crucial for us to feel like for us to function at our very best. You know what I mean? Where you feel normal, where you feel great. Sometimes you have like a headache, or you just feel like a little off and you don't know why. Well, sometimes it's just because your electrolyte levels are low, especially if you work out, if you're someone that's super active. That's definitely something that can happen. But anyway, those I love. And right now, with any purchase, you can actually get a free sample pack where you get 4 of their most popular flavors and you get 2 of each flavor. So I'll leave a link in the description below, or you can even type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. So any one of those will get you the free sample pack. Okay, so we have the chile guajillo, we have the chile pasilla, and then we have these right here that are called chile cascabel, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open all of these up. We're gonna take out all the seeds, which as you can tell is very easy. This is what it's gonna look like once it's de-seeded. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for all of these, and then we're gonna move over to the stove and make our salsa. Now we're just gonna put everything into our water. So we're basically just rehydrating all of the chilies, and we're gonna use this water to actually make the sauce. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let these rehydrate. It's gonna take about 5 minutes, and then we are going to blend it. So I'll kind of walk you through everything. Super, super easy. Now for these chilies, you just wanna make sure that you don't leave them boiling for over 5 minutes. You just wanna make sure they are rehydrated. Then you wanna make sure that you get this color. It's a really nice deep color. This is exactly what we're looking for. The reason being is that they will turn bitter, and nobody wants a bitter salsa. So yeah, that's just really, really important. It's just like a really, really fast process. So you wanna make sure you're here at the stove, throw them in, let them rehydrate, and then pull them out. Okay, so now, and I don't have my big blender here, so we're gonna use this small one. It's okay, because it's all gonna get blended, and then it will all go into the meat. I feel like that should be good. I don't wanna like overfill it. And then we're also gonna do the garlic, which I have here. So we'll split it, okay, half and half. The chicken bouillon, I feel like, is a little more optional. Cumin is not. If you don't want to do chicken bouillon, then just do some salt. But you want to do, and don't worry, the recipe, everything is going to be linked in the description below. Guys, remember, everything is linked in the description, okay? I even have my weight loss guide in there. So if you are stuck, maybe you're just starting your weight loss journey, you hit a plateau, you don't know exactly what to do, and you're just like frustrated, or you know what I mean? You have a lot of questions when it comes to weight loss. I put together a weight loss guide. It's a step-by-step weight loss guide. It has breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, about intermittent fasting, literally everything, including swaps and everything that you would need. So I will leave that linked in the description below. And again, if you have friends and family that are also maybe starting a weight loss journey or whatever the case is, please share that with them because it could be super, super helpful. But just remember that a lot of the products that I use, my meal plan, my ebooks, those are all linked in the description for you, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get this blended. So this right here is literal like liquid gold. I am telling you, it smells good, it tastes good. You could literally put this on like tofu and it's gonna taste delicious. I'm telling you right now. This is like the magic sauce. This is the star of the show. You could put this over vegetables. You could put this over chicken. I mean, any type of protein and you're gonna love it. Okay, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest because this is my little blender that I'm working with. I'm gonna put it all together and then I'll show you the next step. So now what we're gonna do is I wanna walk you through the masa. I told you I made a big batch today because I did make the beef ones as well. So this right here, so I saved half for the beef, half for the chicken, but this is what the masa looks like, okay? And the masa is very, very simple. So this is another thing, like tamales are usually not low carb in any way, shape, or form. So a lot of people that are either on a diet or they're trying to watch their weight or they're trying to eat low carb or they're diabetic, they typically think they cannot eat tamales. So this recipe is for you because not only does it taste just as good, it is super low carb. Okay, so if you have family, friends that are either on, a weight loss journey or even diabetic, please share this with them because they are going to be in heaven. Okay, this, I promise you, it tastes like regular tamales, but it is made with almond flour. So for the masa, I just do some almond flour, a lot of almond flour because this is a big batch. So I do almond flour, I do some baking powder. Now, to keep it low carb and the textures, you do use ingredients that are not typical. So I do a little bit of cream cheese, and then we do still use lard, okay? So lard is what you typically use for traditional tamales, and I feel like it adds a flavor and a texture that butter or oil just cannot add to this masa, okay? So in order for this to taste like a traditional tamal, you should, okay? This is just my personal humble opinion. We should use manteca. There's no other, it's what it is. It's this baby right here. So it is called manteca, which is just lard. That is what I would do. But if you want to use butter, you can. You just need to cook out the milk solids. So basically make like a ghee, make a clarified butter. You have to cook, just kind of boil your butter simmer until you cook out all the milk solids, and then it ends up looking almost just like oil. So that's what you would use if you wanted to go that route. But again, I would either use lard or, I don't know, like a shortening, but I would say just go with the lard. It's gonna give you the best flavor, the best texture. It's gonna be the closest thing to the real deal, okay? So then after that, just kind of get in there. At first, it's gonna look a little bit like wet sand. And then I add some broth. So I use just some chicken stock just to kind of moisten everything, because if not, it is a little dry. Just kind of mix it in. You wanna make sure that you get like everything well incorporated. It also obviously has some salt. You can even do a little bit of chicken bouillon if you wanna add a little extra flavor, but you just make sure it's all mix. And once it has more of like that smooth texture, you just kind of grab the back of your spoon. If you're able to kind of spread it and it looks like, okay, this is gonna go onto the corn husk, then you're good to go, okay? So this is pretty much, and this has been out. This has been out already, you know. We've been out here making tamales all day. So this is what I mean. See how you can just see it just kind of slides on really nicely. So that's what we're looking for, okay? I'm telling you, do not be afraid. I know that there's a lot of steps to it, but it is worth it. And you can actually make them, and before cooking them, you can freeze them and then wait to cook them on like Christmas Day or whatever, whenever you wanna make them. You can even make a big batch and just steam them little by little, okay? So we have that, we have our chicken, we have our masa. I am gonna put cheese in them. So this is a Mexican blend cheese. I was gonna either do this or a mozzarella, but I think it's gonna be so good because it's gonna be like saucy and cheesy and like, So I do wanna show you, I'm not messing around when I'm telling you that I make a big batch of this. I make a lot of different recipes with this, and you can too, okay? You can, like if you like pork chops, you can even cut like little pork chops, make them nice and crispy, throw some of that sauce on there, with some white rice. I mean, I don't know if your family is low carb, then you want to do like a side of vegetables with a side salad. You could go like a Mexican coleslaw. I usually make, like my Mexican coleslaw is repollo, so it's just like shredded cabbage. Do a little bit of tomato, onion, cilantro, and then do a little bit of chicken bouillon and some mayo. Mix it all up, guys. Done. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our masa, putting that right into the middle, and we're going to spread. Now you do want to leave a little bit of room in the bottom because it is going to fold over, and then on the top as well. Okay, so then we have our chicken, right? Our pollito, a little bit more, which is already seasoned. We do need to add a little seasoning, just a little garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. Then we have our cheese. Probably should have put the cheese first. And our salsita. And now, you can do two ways. You can do this, where you meet and they kiss, okay? Kind of like a little, okay? And then you just fold up. Make sure the bottom, and boom, there you have it. Very, very simple. You could see the saucy in there. Woo, guys, that is gonna be so good once the cheese melts. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be so delicious. I cannot wait to see once these are ready, and then we get like a nice little cheese pool on this. Oh man. Okay, so I had a wild idea. I've seen it, I've never done it, but I'm going to today. So we already have a few done here that don't have salsa in the masa, but I just love the color. I feel like when I see them, I'm just like, dang, that looks so bomb. So I'm doing it. I'm just gonna, so it's super rich. I'm just gonna do like this little part over here. I don't know, do you do this? Like, have you ever made your masa like that? It even feels better. Like it feels like, I feel like the texture just feels really nice. So look at that. Oh my God, these might even turn out better. You just don't want a lot of masa because you want it to be like a good ratio to meat. A good masa to meat ratio. Okay, then we have our chicken. And then we do some of the salsita right here on top. And our cheese, dude, right now. Don't mess around. This one right here that I just made is for me. Okay, so then we're just gonna, boom, boom, look at that. Okay, seal the deal. Fold it over. Make sure the bottom can fold over like this. This is a little fatty. It's like a skinny fat, look at that. So now we're just gonna finish this up, and I'll show you how we're actually gonna steam them. But this is basically what you want. You get your corn husk, make sure it's nice and dry, put on a good layer of masa, then you're gonna do your protein. So whether it's your pork or beef or chicken or even cheese and chilies, put that right in the middle, fold it up, and then you put the little tail up, the little end up. And that is it. That is it. That is how you make tamales. And then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna steam them. And that, my friends, is how you make Mexican tamales. So usually my mom makes like this crazy olla, like this big, but she makes them for like the whole family. This is more of like, you know, this is a dozen tamales. And so we're gonna make it in a much smaller pot. Now I do have my little steamer that goes in here. Don't know where it's at right now. So I'm gonna show you in case you don't have a steamer, then you're gonna need a little bit of water. So I have probably about 1.5 inches of water in there. And I'm gonna use this little silicone dish or silicone baking pan and set it right on top. You could also do like a plate that's of course like oven safe or something that can handle a lot of heat. You can also use like a colander, do that like upside down. You don't want the water to touch the tamales because they have to steam, okay? Not boil. So all we're gonna do is start to place them all in a little row. Okay, so I have all of my chicken and cheese tamales going in right here. We don't want any water going into our tamales. Look at this. Okay, so I might add a tiny bit of water here on the side, but this is just gonna steam. So what you do after this, I feel like this one's gonna work a little better. So then what you do is you cover, and you wanna make sure that you kind of put a little blanket over them, just like that. This lid should be fine because I feel like the lid will hold everything, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna keep all the steam in there. But if you have like an older pan or anything like that, then you wanna for sure make sure that you put some towels like that. And like this, all the steam is just gonna stay right in place. And then we close it up, just like that. And that's it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let that water boil. There's a tiny bit of water down there, and that's what's gonna help steam everything, okay? So we're gonna check on this in about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, so I've already checked on these, so I know that they are fully cooked, but basically this is exactly what they're going to look like. Let's see, moment of truth here. Okay, this is when you know that it is completely cooked through, when it comes right off of your corn husk, okay? This is our chicken and cheese tamal. Let's go ahead and cut into it. I've been waiting. Oh, guys, look at this. We got the cheese pool. Woo! So I have some extra salsa, but I need to try it just as is right here, right now. I cannot wait any longer. All right, cheers. It tastes like a little, I don't know, like a chimichanga. Like the texture on this, the flavor. Wow. The sauce gives it all the flavor. You could literally add chicken. You can add anything to this. This is delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm about to gain 5 pounds over the holidays. Most important thing, make that salsa, have it ready to go. You can make beef, you can make pork, you can make chicken tamales. Then use the masa recipe that is in the description below. The entire recipe will be there. I have everything linked for you. Any specialty ingredients, even like a shopping list in case you're gonna take it with you to go to the grocery store, then you will know exactly what to buy. If not, you can also buy pre-made masa, which they do have at grocery stores. And then you can use this salsa to make the meat that goes in there, okay? Whether you make a low carb version or a regular version, the recipe, the salsa recipe is where it's at. And I'm telling you, regardless of what type of protein you use for it, it's gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna leave that link for you. Guys, I am telling you right now, if you have someone, friends or family that are either diabetic, low carb, or on a weight loss journey, then you have to share this with them because they are going to thank you. But no, this turned out great. It did take, it's a labor of love. It took all day. I am so tired. I was literally just waiting for this. I'm gonna make myself maybe like a little cafecito or something. Yes, I drink coffee at night. I know. I'm so glad that I'm able to drink coffee and then go right to bed. But a tamal with a cafecito right now is gonna hit the spot, and then I am going to get ready for bed. But I'm so glad we got these done. They are ready to go for you. Recipe is there, so I hope you make them, and I cannot wait to hear what you think. If you like this video, guys, show me some love. Go hit that like button. Don't forget that I have my weight loss guide linked for you as well. So if you are trying to lose weight, you've been stuck, you've been struggling, then make sure you grab that because it is going to help you out and tell you step by step what to do. I've done it. My daughter has done it. Thousands of you have done it. It has worked. So I hope it works for you as well. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.